you so much.
Let's start with who Prashant is. I want to know the real Prashant.
I don't know how to define it. I think we all have so many identities we live with. I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm a friend, uh, I'm a student, I'm a teacher, I'm a worker, I'm a colleague, I'm a son. There's so many roles we play, right? How do we define sometimes who we are? But at the end of the day, I'm a person who is going through his own journey, discovering new things, and especially I would say discover after moving to a new country, exactly on the lines what you're saying. So I currently work as a therapist, as a Reiki teacher, as a counselor, and just bringing in the healing that I was once introduced to bring in a better version of myself. And I think that's what I'm just spreading right now. That's the work I'm doing right now.
Wonderful. So you mentioned you are so many things trying to play so many roles in this world. First, what was your reason of coming to Canada? Like,
When I actually told people why, what is my way of looking at life, uh, in the first 2 years, everybody would not validate that feeling. I'm a guy who likes to explore. And I think same was with my wife, who we wanted to explore this new way of living, coming to a new country, looking for, I think what we were looking out for is a land which has less pollution, less population, and to see if that is made for us or not. We never came that, hey, now we are moving away from India and we're going to come here and live here throughout our lives. No, the point was to give it 2 to 3 years and to understand if this is for us or not. And if it was not for us, we would have felt whatever we would have felt and moved back. It's just that. So it's not that in India the life was bad. So I want to negate that feeling a lot of times, Rahul, that we feel that हम मूव कर रहे हैं मतलब कुछ काम नहीं चल रहा है या कुछ ना कुछ गलत हो रहा है. It's not that. People want to explore new opportunities, new places, to see if you will fit there or not. When you're raising, especially when you're raising up a kid, is it good for them or not? So I actually came to explore that space, that land, and to see how is it going for us and how are we liking it.
and how do you find this decision? Do you regret any bit of it, or do you find it was meant to happen? Coming to Canada, going through those changes, being part of this culture and country.
I like the word what you use, regret.
Okay.
And because of the upbringing I've had from my parents, this is a word which is not very often I've used in my life. Uh, I was 17 or 18, and at that point of time, I was thinking, what do I want to do? And one day I was like, you know what, I want to try. I've tried somebody, heard about hotel management. I want to see what exactly it is. And I told my father, I want to try it. I'm not sure what it is. He was like, go ahead and try. I went over there, I put in 6 months, and I realized, no, this is not for me. And I came back. And at that point of time, due to less of explorations around me, everybody was from finance field for some reason. And I was like, I think this is what I need to do because everybody is doing that. There's no mind of your own to create what I want to do. I completed my CA in next 4 or 5 years, and then again took a sabbatical and said, no, this is not what I want to do. In my life, I've been blessed with parents who have always told me to bring in that mindful choice and create your life. And if you think you need to try something, go ahead and do it. And I think the same thing goes for moving to a new country. Uh, the word regret was not there. Even first 6 months to 1 year was really harsh. The point was not regret. The point was whatever choice we have made, is this the right choice or not? And whatever we would have done, should we move back or should we stay more? So there were always mixed feelings up to it. But regret was not one of them. It was just that maybe, no, I don't think I'm fitting in here, was the feeling that came in a lot of times. But then I feel sometimes, just things, they just start fitting in. It's like a cosmic cycle is going on like this, and you're just playing around and you keep going. And sometimes you regret, you're not feeling okay, you're feeling sad, you're feeling miserable, happy, and all that and all that. And one day you feel after certain months, weeks, years, start fitting in. And the point is just that. And the same happens for relationships, right? Like you would have met your soulmate, and you, after a while, you start feeling fitting in, right? That's what happens. Same thing happens in life where you start fitting in. So you come here and you give yourself those couple of years or more and see if this is fitting in with you or not. So there's no perfect answer for that.
Why did you think you were not fitting in?
uh, I've never been a guy who was doing jobs. So back in India, working uh, I was working very well initially. I was in Mumbai for last 15, 20 years. I was working very well as an actor. I was doing some direction in the field of theater. I was doing some productions, and I was really happy with that space. And simultaneously, I was working very well as a counselor. I was doing work, doing therapeutic groups. I was doing my Reiki teaching. It was a beautiful space I was in, and creating my world of my own. And at that point of time, if you move to a new country, it's not that now I will go and I will just go, hey, apply for a job and I will get a job in that field. No, I realized that I love the space I was in, and I may take few years to set it up here in a new way. Okay, so which did not happen in first 1 to 2 years, and I realized no, what I'm doing here, just to live in a new country, is not making my soul happy. And hence I used to have these open discussions with my wife. We both were very open to talk to each other about everything, that hey, this is what is going on. She was sharing, what is she liking, what is she not liking, how is it for a kid. I was talking about what am I liking, what am I not liking. And then we were going, not month by month, but year by year, to see, okay, let's see how is it going here. COVID was one of the major reasons where I've realized that no, I think for my kid, maybe this is a better space to be. That really changed a lot. Uh, I'm not sure what would have happened if COVID wouldn't have hit, what choice we would have made. I don't know. But I think that changed a lot for us. The way things started to shift for us.
Why do you say so?
Um, no particular reason, but I did not like a lot of things which were happening back in my country. I did not like the way things were being handled. And there's no one person to pinpoint for that. But I just did not like it. It was it was hurtful to what people were going through. My close friends were going through that. Uh, some of my family members were going through that, and it was a harsh reality. So, if someone says, "What is perfect to stay, India or Canada?" I said, "I don't know. Maybe each to its own. You need to come together and you explore for yourself if this is the one for you, or you need to go back and that's the one for you. I don't know." So, but I don't have any regrets, Rahul. If there was a regret, I would have rather told my wife and, hey, let's pack our bags and move out. But I used to ask this one question, like, why am I here? And I was clearly asking that question. And the best part is, the day I stopped asking that question, things changed for me. Things completely changed. When I accepted the land I'm in, the land accepted me, and everything changed. Things started to move in a direction where, by God's grace, today I'm doing the work that I always wanted to do. For years, I wanted to do that, and I'm doing that. And how did it happen? I don't know. I was just doing what I needed to do at that point of time, but it just started to take place accordingly. Like it's like, things started to fit in.
Fitting in like a puzzle.
I don't know
Yeah.
how.
I astrology, numerology. So recently, something came across which is called as the cartography.
Okay.
Where again they take a map and according to your date of birth and time, they draw particular lines across the map, and they tell you if you want to succeed in relationship, you should settle into these areas. If you want to have a good career, settle into these areas. So for all you may know, your lies somewhere across this continent, and that's why the sudden boost could be that one of the reasons. But yeah.
So exactly on these lines, my wife met somebody who's an astrologer or maybe does this, I don't know. I've never met him, he's never met me. And he said that your husband is into a beautiful profession. And my wife's like, what profession he's in? So the guy said he's in the profession of helping people. And he's in the perfect space right now because he needs to be on the western side of the world, so called, even though the globe is round, but so called the western side of the world. And but again, maybe I was just doing what my heart said I would need to do. So I was not doing anything else. It's just that. So maybe it just fit in.
And you seem happier though. The way you're talking about it, your energy, it's like a soul speaking from within.
Yeah. And I was happy in India also. The point is, again, Rahul, that it's not that lot of times somebody may think that, you're not happy somewhere and that's when you're taking a move to go somewhere around. No. Yeah, I was happy there also. Today, if you pick me up and put me back in India or anywhere else there, I'll be happy. Like seriously, it's a pros and cons. There's no perfect choice. Some things will be better here, some things will be better here. So there's no perfect choice.
It's also about, for example, you may do a job that could serve your bread and butter, but being so fortunate enough to follow your passion, that fuels you to another different level. That satisfies your soul. And it doesn't matter if it pays much, if it pays more, if it pays less, it doesn't matter because the amount of money you make is directly proportional to the value you keep on adding while following your soul purpose.
And I think I understood when I was 22 years.
When you were 22?
Yeah, I did I graduated as a CA. I was, I think 21 and a half, 22 I was. And my first job was my dream job. I dreamt of it when I was 18 that, this is one day I want to work. And that was my first job. And I was in a first job, 6 months, 1 year, and I felt like shit. I said, this is not what I want to do in my life. I'm very clear about it. And my father was like, what do you want to do? I said, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do, but this is what I know this is not what I want to do. It's like Einstein, right? He created one bulb, invented. He said, I created 500 ways of not making a bulb. So I think I was very clear, this is not what I will do. What I need to do, I need to explore my journey and I will go with the flow. So you need to put across somewhere.
That's true, right? People, like for example, even in my case, if I have to learn something new, the first thing that probably earlier would come to my mind is, am I going to be good at it? But unless you try it, you'll never know if you like it or not. I will never be able to figure out from an outside perspective that this is for me. It's probably better to go give it a shot, have a taste of it, know this is not for me, and then move on. And things have been so much better because it's not that you didn't succeed at it, you learned a lesson. You learned something that you were probably meant to. You gained a skill that you're going to carry forward in the next step of your life.
Yeah.
And that's so true.
It's actually as simple as that.
Yeah. We just complicate lives.
The day we start moving from we to I, the healing starts there.
We to I, it's quite contradictory because I've heard saying you have to move from an I perspective to a we collective perspective.
Yeah, I'll tell you why. I was in a seminar a few days ago and there was a couple of people talking about, what? Exactly the same thing. Prashant, we actually complicate this. We actually feel stuck in life in this. I said, no, stop it. The day you say, I am feeling stuck in life, you take accountability for it. And the day you keep saying we, there is a concept in cognitive behavioral therapy which says, stop generalizing things. There are certain concepts which make your life miserable day by day. And we is one of them. Because the day we keep generalizing, we are not taking responsibility of what I am going through and what I need to do in my life. So the day I say, and it takes a courage to say, you're sitting in a group and you say, I think it's been last 10 years I'm feeling stuck in my life. The day you even say that out loud, next 6 months you're going to do nothing but to do something about it. It's a powerful statement to take accountability in front of certain people and say, I am feeling like shit. Now the day you say that, everything is stopped. Now you go back home and you know what did you say and you are going to do something about it. So that we is fine from a community perspective to give support to each other. But when it comes to healing, healing starts the day we take accountability of how we are feeling. So it's I. This is what I am feeling right now.
And you reach that stage, at least from my personal experience, when you stop escaping your emotions. Only then you come to that stage of acceptance. I mean, in this world where you have like, you can see people on the social media everywhere, doom scrolling day and night, smoking, vaping, you have those alcohol. What is it doing? It's just numbing your emotions. And how many hours a day do you sit with yourself? So unless you do that, you won't even know how to sit with your emotions. And even if you do, you'll still keep on rejecting it. And that's why so many probably diseases happen, because diseases are one of the ways your body is kind of showing what's within you. And that's how it starts.
Exactly. So you tell me, Rahul, when you landed, how was it for you? You're like your first 6 months, your first 1 year. How did you cope with things?
For me, I honestly didn't even get the time because I landed in September 2021 and I was doing my MBA. So it's all filled with classes. You wake up, you go to the college, you come back, it's assignments. And in a blink of an eye, 3 years pass by. Exactly, like 3 years passed by. And now when I look back, college was over in no time. And I didn't even have time to sit with my emotions. And a few days back, we were having a conversation, and she had an intuition, and she mentioned to me, and she threw in a very good question, which was, "Did you even want to do an MBA?" And that hit me hard. That hit me hard because coming from India, it's one of the checklists, right? I'm not saying back then somebody forced me to know. Even I said yes. I willingly said yes, I want to do it. But why I said yes is something I didn't even know. And now when I look back, did I really have that inner fuel to do it? Like, oh yes, I'm doing that. Probably no. So that's how my journey was. And when I actually started to sit with myself, I had to process so many emotions that it became a roller coaster ride. And this is where my previous statement came from. Like, you yourself, even when you sit with yourself, you start rejecting emotions. That was what I was doing. I would probably put the blame on other people. No, this person did this to me. This is why this happened. This is why this happened. No, I just didn't have the time. Though I never complained I didn't have the time. I'm probably good with time management, but something or the other came up. It took a extremely good amount of introspection and calming my nervous system to realize that, hey, something needs to change from within. And me over here is a result of that introspection. So that's how my journey has been.
And that's when you're going through this journey of exploring your emotions. How are you feeling about it and everything?
I think everybody needs to do that. And especially men in these days, or even while growing up, we were never taught to express our emotions. They're told to be, oh, you gotta be like macho, alpha, you gotta be that alpha guy. You can't show emotions. That's a sign of weakness. I don't think so. It is. I think a real man is somebody who has done the inner work, who understands his own emotions, can control them. Even though he's feeling it, he can control it and take a then logical decision and not be swayed by those emotions. I think that's the real difference between an alpha and a normal, I don't know, whatever. So
Whatever you
many
would call it.
hundred of terms which are going on. But that's what a true man is. It's not building a good body, like buying flowers and gifts. No, it's actually sitting with your own self and leading with example. And I've been through that journey, and I'm proud I've been through that journey. So it's not easy, but I think that's what counts.
Absolutely, that's what counts. That inner work counts.
Yeah.
And you come to know when you meet people who are working on themselves, you come to know.
Now it's funny. You mentioned that now when you meet people, you figure out that whether they are working on themselves or not. I think as you raise your vibration and go to a higher frequency, you can spot who's being fake and who's being real.
Yeah.
I don't know, it just comes naturally now.
Yeah.
It's,
You will come to know.
yeah.
You will come
Have
to know
you
when
experienced this?
every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enlighten me how.
Uh, because I meet people through my group seminars, through my counseling. So I always have either it's happening via online, if it's happening in person. Uh, it's all about being with people around. There are some of them who have been working on themselves for last few years, and I would enter their life in between. And for some of them who are not working on themselves, and I meet them, and the first time they're working towards the healing. So you come to know. For me, the fact that you have the awareness and the courage to even enter a room to work on yourself is very big deal. In itself, that's good enough. So wherever you are in your journey, you are 0% in your journey or you're 90% in your journey, doesn't matter.
I think everybody's going through something or the other. And it's a never ending process.
It is. I'll tell you a very funny incident that happened, Rahul. So I was in one of the seminars a month ago, and we were six of us sitting. And everybody, one by one, was sharing about what are they going through in their lives, good or bad. Let's talk about it. And the first person shared, second person shared, third person shared. They were sharing the deeper parts of their life. What are they feeling? What are they not feeling? And by the time the turn came on the fourth, fifth guy or something, and the guy laughed and said, that Prashant, you know what? Actually, before I came in the morning, I had a list of things I wanted to share what I'm not okay with. And he said, when I heard these four people before me, my list has gone off the toss. He said, my life is amazing right now. He said, there's so many things that are working in my life, which I never ever realized. I've done so many sessions before this, but I've never realized till that I'm a sat in a group and I realized that, oh my God, so much is going on in people's life and I'm not the only one. And this is a very big thing. We think we are the only one going through problems, challenges, concerns, issues, bad feelings, negative feelings, emotions, and all. And I describe other people as what they're showing on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook. And that's not true. We all are going through our own share of issues, problems, concerns, crying at night, maybe having some thoughts of ending our lives, angry, fearful. What am I doing here? Feeling uncertain, feeling lonely, feeling unsupported, sitting at home alone and eating a meal, and you realize what's happening in my life. And you open up Instagram and you see, oh my God, my friend is going this. Oh, this person bought a Tesla. Oh, this person got a house. Oh, lovely family this person has. Oh, what a life. That may be true, but the other person may also have their darker days, darker nights. They also may be going through some times they don't want to share out there in front of everyone and to put the vulnerable side out there. We all go through our shit. That's the bottom line. We all go through it. Yes, how we process it, how we take support or not take support, what are the practices we do to help ourselves, that varies. And that's where the inner work helps a lot. For us to know how do we take care of ourselves in the world which has extra information more than we need right now in the times we live in. How do I take care of myself and being absolutely grounded where your inner core is never touched? You'll be shaken. It's like a tree. It's like a tree, like a coconut tree will see. It will sway when the winds are coming, thunderstorms are coming. It will not fall down because the inner core is strengthened. And that's the inner core which gets strengthened when we start to work to do spiritual work within ourselves, healing with ourselves. And that's when everybody needs it. Could be a man, woman, any gender, any person on the planet. We all need it.
Since you mentioned roots, I want to touch upon our Indian roots, but before that, you were mentioning social media filters. And this is also I've realized recently, social media is not too different from reality. You know how? On social media, we have filters. In reality, even though we talk to people, they have filters.
Yeah.
How many times a day do you meet someone who is genuinely vulnerable?
Yeah.
Maybe your partner, maybe your kid, maybe your one of your best friend. You will be surprised. Like as I was in my healing journey, I left so many people behind, and then I realized it was all a friendship based on the ego selves. It was all an ego selves. That's it. And so social media is not different from the reality. Everybody has their masks in front. They are pretending to be happy. And that's why everybody cries at night, because nobody wants to be vulnerable. And people then make anonymous accounts on social media, and that's how it's just booming up. We have lost touch with each other in this age. And this is why sometimes I feel that, like, I sometimes I think to myself, maybe I'm too old for this generation, because I would like to be in that age where you would have a community. You would just log off after 4, relax, go out with your buddies. You know, you are in a, you talk to each other every day. You know your neighbors. Right now, I don't even know who my neighbor is. So that's what the world has come to.
I agree also, but a lot of times the point is to do what to do about it, Rahul. In this world now, like when somebody says, what has this world become? The point is the world was always like this. The only difference is that earlier, for somebody to put the point across in front of the world, they needed to be at a certain post in life, which would take 20, 25 years, and then their interviews would come on TV and all, we would watch them. Right now, somebody could wake up in the morning, 7 o'clock, put the phone in front of them, and say anything to the world. Are you getting it? So the power has increased from 1 in a million would say their view out, and right now millions are saying their view out. What we need to do and understand that in this world we live in, Rahul, there are a million different worlds. We need to choose the world we would like to be a part of. So, for example, you say that I want a life, Prashant, where I get free by 4 5 from work, then I go ahead and meet with my friends. I had a beautiful community with whom I'm roaming around and do this, and then I'm having a spiritual group of mine whom I'm meeting every week. We are talking about deeper things in life, and this is the life I want to create. So you go ahead and you create that. So you will find those 10, 20, 100,000 people, and this is the world you're going to create in the bigger world. And that's the times we are living in now, where we need to choose the frequency we want to live our lives with. So if your frequency is here, you will find people who are fitting in here. If you want to change the people you want to meet, you just change the frequency. You change the frequency, and the people who are going to fit are going to change. And accordingly, those people's situations will come.
Yeah.
So like you're doing podcast. So what you're doing is you've set your frequency right now. And you're like, you know what? This is a frequency I want to operate in. And now, accordingly, you will start attracting those people who fit into this world which you are trying to create for yourself, for your family. It's just that. So the world is not changing. The world is changing. Whatever is happening is irrelevant. You see what world you want to create. Earlier also, there were every kind of people there. We were not aware. Right now, everything is in front of you. So hence we are extra aware about everything. So it's just that. So you're doing what you need to do.
Yeah.
Right? You're creating your own community. Right? And accordingly, people are coming in your life and who are not matching your frequency are going out of your life. That's what is happening with everybody on the planet.
But don't you feel, on the contrary, having the social media exposure at a very young age, probably, and the type of content which you shouldn't be exposed to at that point, and especially given that choice of content, isn't that harming to some extent?
It will be harming if your self-esteem is at the low, if you're vulnerable, if your self-worth is not there. So for example, if I have a kid 10, 12 years old, and if I keeping them in a military regime, hey, do this, hey, do this, hey, don't do this, hey, do this, why are you doing? Or you might even shout at them or scream them or beat them or whatever. And if that kid's self-esteem is very low at that age, and that kid comes in front of social media, the person can go berserk, because it's like, you know what, one day I want to leave this house and I will go here, I will do this. And now things are out of control because that kid will do anything to compensate for the self-esteem which is being lost. But as a person, if your self-esteem is intact, if your self-worth is intact, if your inner core is intact, if you're conscious, if you're living an aware life, and hence where so important in the times we live today is to do inner work on yourself, that the social media or things like this will not impact you. You may be influenced by it, but you may not be impacted. You will not be shattered by it. You will not be shaken by it. So there is a difference for you to be influenced, which is fine. I got influenced by something I saw, or maybe inspired or something, but I'm not shaken by it because I know who I am, I know what I'm doing, and I know where I'm going. So in the teens today, in the youngsters today, it's so important to have their self-esteem intact, for them to do the inner work with themselves, for every one of us to have good mentors, good teachers, good groups where we can actually talk about our real feelings, where we feel safe, where we can be vulnerable, and still we still feel safe in that environment. That's what we all need right now. So that's it. If that's there, social media cannot do anything about you. You'll be fine. Then you will use it.
Your
Social media
advantage.
will not use you.
Yeah.
So it's just that.
I think this also comes at a certain stage of realization, like self-esteem. You shouldn't be controlled by the social media. Like even though you're looking at it, you're seeing what other people are doing, it's still not influencing you. But again, that requires a certain level of healing work. But if I just directly dive into that ocean of social media, you can be swayed left and right.
Yes.
And since you mentioned groups as well, many people, you host workshop. What do you think are some of the common type of problems or challenges people are going through, and what would be your recommendation to work towards? What's, if you can generalize it, like this is what's happening lately these days?
There are many things, Rahul. It's not one thing. Everybody goes through their major issues. Most of the time, I've seen with people who are immigrating from mostly other countries, for example. Uh, at that point of time, the issues are very different. The issues could be related to survival issues, or if the survival is sorted, issues related to the fact that they are not rooting themselves in the country, which means, uh, so when I came here to this country and we went to a settlement agency, and you go there and the questions they will ask is, okay, do you have a place to live? Yes, I do. Do you have a job? Yeah, I'm just finding. Okay, what job you're finding? This. Okay, do you have a kid? Okay, are you getting this? Okay, how much you're earning? Yeah. Okay, so it's all fine. No, it's not fine. No, it's not, because we have not even understood what it is to settle. Back in your country, you know everything. You know your neighbor, you know the language, you know the culture, you know what's if I need to pick this up, I need to go here. I know this is my favorite park. I know if I'm feeling bored, this is the friend I need to go to. My family is there, my hugs are there, my love is there, my laughter is there, those festivities are there, celebration is there. This is everything is separate from the home, job, money, and all. The whole ecosystem is there. Okay, so what we do is actually it's like a tree, and we pick the whole tree up, we uproot ourselves completely, and now we bring the tree to a new place. Getting just a job sorted or money sorted or the home sorted is nothing but putting a tree on a flat ground without any roots. And hence a lot of times I see people, they come here and they may have a work, they may have the place to live, they have maybe the basic sort out, but they're not happy inside, because we have not rooted ourselves right now. We have not actually given ourselves too much of love. We have not actually given ourselves that circle where we can share, where we can laugh, where we can cry, where we can share our inner feelings and still feel safe to do that. To create that, we need to create it, because that's what it was back home for us. And you need to create it here with a lot of love, with a lot of compassion. Try to uproot a tree and try to reroot it. You need extra nutrients. You'll have to actually go to a Canadian Tire or Home Depot and get extra nutrient soil. You'll have to put a miracle grow over there. You need to give it extra love. You need to give it extra sun, extra water for it to give months and year to regrow it, to get rerooted. So the point is, we need to start doing ourselves. If you're settling in a new country, what I realized in so many years is you need to settle holistically. bringing in every area of life and asking yourself, am I in peace with myself with the way I'm settling in a country? And if not, go back to do work on yourself, work on your emotions, work on what it was to live there, work on how you're feeling right now, and ask yourself what are the things you can start to do that start to bring in that feelings of I'm grounded, I'm settled, I'm happy, I'm in peace with myself right now. To work on yourself. That working on ourselves in the times we live today is of extreme importance.
This brings me to an extremely important question because I've been through that journey of coming to Canada, settling, and I've also seen my peers trying to settle and root themselves into the new ecosystem. And even though you have to work on themselves, first, I think you very rightly said we have to give ourselves an ample amount of time to again build that ecosystem, which is absolutely true. But on the contrary, how do you expect one to take care of themselves when they have an additional pressure of settling over here on a temporary visa and somebody working three jobs? Because this is a part where people never expected they would have to go through back in their own country. So I have 2 3 friends who probably still haven't gotten a job after 1 year. They are working 3 part-time jobs, and even though they have a full-time, they are still driving an Uber just to live a day-to-day life. And some of them are happy, still trying to settle in. Some of them probably would have gone back, I don't know. But there are like dual aspects to it, and they don't even have time for themselves. All that they want to do is get the score, get the PR, and just settle in. So how do we tackle that then? That part of the ecosystem.
To start with, find a room, one room where you can safely cry and be angry. There's nothing wrong with it. Because it's so important in such case to accept the fact that I'm frustrated in my life. I'm angry about what I'm going through. I just want to cry it out for next 30 minutes and nobody should stop me. It's so important to express, describe, and accept what I'm going through. It's so tough because just having a weed or a beer or something is not going to help you.
Especially when it's legal, yeah.
Especially when it's legal here.
Yeah.
So it's not going to help you maybe for a few hours. But it's so important for you to do that work. Ask for help. It's so important. I asked for help when I was going through initially some tough time to my best friend that, you know what, I think I need help. It's too much what I'm going through right now. Something I am not able to describe because back in India, I never felt like it. It was my own place. I knew everything. Every nook and corner. मुझे ये तक पता था कि मुझे भेलपूरी खानी है तो कहाँ जाना है. मुझे सोचना नहीं पड़ता उसके लिए.
हाँ.
Like everything is so planned here. Everything is so structured because we have not born and brought up here. But for my kid who is born and brought up here, this is home for him. We need to start understanding that this is not home right now. I'm settling in and I'm feeling frustrated. I'm feeling angry. I'm feeling that ghabrahat, that anxiousness, and that is real. It's okay to feel that. And it's okay to express it. And for the people who are not supporting you with what you're feeling, start putting them out. It's okay to have one friend, two friend, but for the ones जिनके साथ आप दिल की बात कर सकते हो, वो रखो अपने साथ. अपने आप के ऊपर काम करो. Work on yourself. What are you doing? एक spiritual practice मुझे हमेशा ऐसा लगता है that one spiritual practice you need to have which helps you to get connected to your inner core, to your roots. हमेशा होनी चाहिए. A good workout regime which helps you to remain fit to manage with what you're going through. A beautiful connection back with your roots, with your family, with your friends need to keep going on. A space over here where you can actually laugh and cry and nobody would judge you. ये अगर मिल जाए ना, you'll settle. Like you will go through it. You will go through your struggle and you will find your way out. We just need that one person who can tell, bhai, don't worry, I'm here with you. You go ahead and do, I'm here. What is the worst that will happen? I'm here now. Just one person we need. And the day you get that one person, you will cross mountains and nobody can stop you. It's just to just be in one room, feel alone, and nobody is there around me. What's happening, man? I've never felt like it. It's like a mountain is trying to eat me. So we need to get out there, support each other, and talk about what we are feeling out there. This is what I'm feeling, boss. Don't judge me, but this is what it is. वो चाहिए यार.
It gives you power, you know. It does give you power.
Yep.
You can have 1,000 friends, but later you will realize those friends were also there because you didn't want to sit with yourself.
Yeah.
Some of the relationships are also so-called relationships because people don't want to stay single, and that's a problem. And you said it very right. If you can learn to sit with your own self, right, and have that one spiritual practice, it does help you. And it's not just it starts with one spiritual practice, because once you get into that habit, it's like a snowball effect. It's like a butterfly.
Yes.
You will reflect that in all aspects of your life.
Exactly.
And that's how probably my workout has helped me. So even though it looks like it's related to the workout, but that relates to discipline, consistency, that shows up in my workplace. That consistency shows up in my relationships, that I have to be consistent with my emotions that I was showing. I have to be consistent with the healing that I'm doing towards myself.
Yeah.
And it's a snowball effect, and that's so true.
Yeah. And also, Rahul, when we work out, physical health is directly connected to our mental health.
Yes.
When we are sitting, I'm sitting doing my work from home or whatever job, looking at the laptop, understanding how the brain is working, how my body is functioning, my 70 to 80% of the blood is going in this region because I'm doing mind work, right? Brain related work. You could be in IT, managing, marketing, HR, finance, whatever work. If it's a sedentary job, you're using brain. There's no way you're going to have a blood circulation going on throughout the body. So any kind of workout which is helping our heart rate to go at the optimum is going to bring in a beautiful blood circulation. Our thoughts will change, our feelings change. So doing a workout, going out there in nature and doing a workout or hitting a gym or a dancing or yoga, whatever that works for you, is so important right now. And it was always important. It's not just now, but it is important, especially when other areas of life are just trying to settle in with new place and all. Hitting a gym just brings in a big change at that point of time.
And it doesn't have to be a workout. Like, workout is, for me, it could be anything that takes you to your flow state. Could be cooking, could be meditation, could be gardening, could be anything, writing, scripting, walking in the nature.
Yeah.
As long as you stay connected to your own self. So I had this perception back then that meditation is about sitting for 20-30 minutes and having those visualizations come in. But then I realized that for me, meditation is when I'm actually taking a walk out there in the sun and probably listening to some podcast, and I get lost in it. And that does wonders to me. That could be meditation as well. So it doesn't have to be being going to the gym and hitting weights. Though being active has its own benefits, and this is what I've realized. The more physically active you are, it boosts your self-confidence.
Yep.
And the more, let's say, in an physically unhealthy you are, you're more prone to low self-confidence. Is that true?
To an extent, yes. Hence, I was saying the physical health directly impacts our mental health. Because if the blood is getting circulated very well, your thoughts are going to change. Your feelings are going to change. Your environment is going to change. You're actually getting into your muscle is getting built up. Your whole phenomena is changing at that point of time. Your each and every cell is working out. And also, a lot of people feel that, I'm running out in the nature. I'm seeing green. I'm feeling positive. Some people say that, throughout my life, I've played cricket. So playing cricket takes me back 15 years, and I started feeling those good feelings I used to feel when I was in school. So there could be nostalgic events. Somebody would say that, playing tennis or badminton just helps me. It brings in more agility and more flexibility and more spontaneity in my life. Every workout will have its own pros and cons. The point is to see whatever you love to do. And if you're not sure, try everything.
Exactly.
Try 2 months everything,
Yeah.
and see what you like it and go it for it. By now, in last 5 years, I may have tried 7 to 10 different things.
Really?
Yeah, and it works. It's not that one is good or bad.
Have you stuck to one, or have you found any
I
favorite?
keep changing everything.
Okay.
I I like to hit into functional training.
Yeah.
I before this I used to play badminton regularly. Sometimes we do. Nowadays it's I'm exploring tennis. I go with my kid, my wife, my friends. We go there. Yeah. So tennis is the one. I've always been a very good skater. So I go with my kid and we start skating. These are the point is to explore and see what you may like to do. The worst is you may not like it. You're not losing anything out of it. And you then go to somewhere else. But I also want to say that a lot of times some people are at a stage where you don't feel like doing something. And the point is that if you see someone around you, somebody like that, then see what how you can support them. How I've worked with so many people closely within who have been my friends, who have been my clients, who have been my students. And the point is at that point of time, that motivation is needed, that encouragement is needed, that sitting and bringing in that compassion is needed a lot. So not everyone is every time enthusiastic to try it. It's absolutely okay if you don't feel like, and to take baby step, baby steps to take charge of your life and slowly to see that one day I want to come out of it. I'm not able to, but I want to. That in itself is very important to know.
Yeah. You know what stops people, I guess? People who lose motivation. I mean, there are two types of people who just don't want to do it, and who maybe genuinely want to do it but don't know where to start. It's, I believe, the feeling of being overwhelmed when they look at the end goal, especially if they have come to the extreme side of things. Just the visualization and the thought of how am I going to get there, that baffles people.
To an extent, yes, Rahul, but a lot of times not really. People go to depression. They go to mild depression, clinical depression, a depression where they don't feel like getting from the bed. And that's real a lot of times. A lot of times it is chemical hormones. A lot of time it is postpartum. A lot of times it is being lonely or isolated for a longer time and not doing anything about it. There could be various reasons of why one would feel like that.
And why do you think they reach that stage in the first place? Because I'm always curious about that.
There are a lot of reasons. There are some reasons which are related to your genetics, how your biology of your body is, and what you may have chemically or due to hormones have reached there. Or the other reason could be where, uh, like immigration becomes one of the reasons,
Really?
where you were staying with a joint family, and you felt want to explore living alone. You come to a new place and you start living alone, and you either make a choice or you're not fitting in with people, with somebody you're not able to make friends, and you start living alone, so much so that you realize that you're not liking this and you're not okay with this, and you start feeling more isolated and more lonely. There's a difference in being alone and lonely. Alone is when you're happy being alone. I'm sitting with myself, I'm very happy because you have worked on yourself and you reach that
I
stage.
call it solitude.
Solitude. So, but there are times you could be lonely, and that's fair too, because for some reason, either due to certain choices being made or certain things which are out of your control. There are times things are out of people's control and it happens. And at that point of time, the point is to seek support. And if you feel have anybody in family or friends who are going through that, to give them support, to be there, like you stand there waiting for them to see when they want to make the choice. You can't force them in that case. You cannot motivate them in that case.
Yeah.
Any motivation video, they would want to just shut it off. They just need a safe and a compassionate space at that point of time. So sometimes it's difficult for somebody to come out of the bed and leave aside hitting a gym, just coming out of bed and coming to a balcony and say that, I think I'm going to do it. Sometimes this transition can take 6 weeks to 6 years to 60 years. So, a lot of times we can talk about what one should do, what one should not do, but we don't know what they've gone through.
Yeah.
So, the only thing we can do is to stand by them and bring in a lot of empathy. And we need that to slow down our pace to even look if someone around us is going through this and to give them that support.